Hello Petersham kids, welcome to Kids Connect. We are so excited that you are able to join us today for Kids Connect. Petersham Kids is an amazing kids program filled with lots of fun and amazing God moments. I can't wait for you to see what we have planned for you today, so let's jump into it.
Hi everyone, I'm Christiane, one of Petersham Kids leaders. Today we're going to talk about Jesus. Ooh, what's that over there? It's a bird. Do you think it has something to do with the craft that's coming up next?
Hi Petersham kids, I'm Shannon, one of the kids leaders here. I have a craft for you to try at home today. All you'll need is a box, some glue, maybe some sticky tape, some scissors, some coloured paper, which I have here, and some rocks and maybe even some leaves just from your garden outside. I've already made one here to show you what it will look like at the end, but we're going to make one together today. Alright, so I'm just going to start off with the beginning bit. So I've already pre-cut a wedge in some paper and I've pre-cut one in the box as well. So I'm just going to glue this on top. Okay, and I also have pre-cut a little boat just like this one, and I'm going to sit that down in the hole just before I put the paper down. There you go, stuck that one on. Okay, and next I'm just going to make some waves for the front for our ocean. And the same thing, I'm just going to cut that out and stick that one down as well. So there we go, there's our ocean. And now I'm just going to do the same thing to the back of the cardboard box. There you go, that's all stuck down. And I'm just going to do the bottom as well. Okay, so now we've got our ocean. I've also got some lightning for our storm, which I've just used foil for and bent it to make like a lightning shape. And I've got some double-sided tape, but you could use some blue tack at home maybe to stick it on. There's our lightning. And now I'm just going to use my leaves to put up the corner. And we'll put some rocks in. And I've also pre-cut a little bird here, so you can see mine's just sitting in between the rocks here on the one that's pre-made, and I've just used again double-sided tape, but you could use some blue tack as well. Just stick that one down. And then you can also sticky tape this one down just to hold it down. So there we go, there's our little craft for you to try at home today. So, my grandmother once told me a story about a little bird. And this little bird made a nest under a rock, just like this one here. See how it's hiding in between the little rocks? Well, one day, a bad storm came through right near the ocean where the rocks were. And these waves crashed down really hard on those rocks. But that bird remained fast asleep under those rocks. He was very peaceful. And this to us shows us peace with God. Even when we're going through a storm, we can trust in God and we can know that He will be with us and He will take care of us. Which today leads me to the memory verse, which is, "For I am the Lord your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, 'Do not fear, I will help you.'" Isaiah 41 verse 13. So whatever storm we are going through, and no matter how bad it is, we can trust God that He will be with us and He will take care of us.
Did you guys enjoy that craft that Shannon just showed us with a bird? That was so cute. Anyway, we've got a story about Jesus coming up, so stay tuned.
Matthew chapter 8, verses 23 to 27. After a busy day of teaching, when it came to evening, Jesus spoke to His disciples. "Let's go to the other side of Lake Galilee." Leaving the crowds behind, they got into a boat and set off. The trip across the lake was around 21 kilometers and would take them to the region of Gerasenes. The weather was calm when they set off, and Jesus was very tired. He lay down to sleep on a cushion in the back of the boat. Now Galilee is surrounded by very high hills, so strong winds can descend off these down into the lake, causing violent storms. A furious storm suddenly blew up and big waves broke over the boat. Water flooded into the boat faster than they could bail it out. Although many on board were experienced fishermen, they became really afraid. The boat was swamped and it wouldn't be long before they would sink. Now, Jesus was still fast asleep on a cushion in the rear of the boat. The disciples shook him awake. "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Jesus replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Now Jesus stood up in the violently rocking boat and gave orders to the wind and the waves, "Quiet! Be still!" The wind died down and it was completely calm. "Why were you so afraid?" Jesus asked His disciples. "Where is your faith?" The disciples were terrified and amazed at the power of Jesus. "Who is this?" they asked each other. "Even the wind and the waves obey Him." Wow, wasn't that an amazing story? Well, I have two main points for you today. Point number one, Jesus can calm any storm. We heard in that story that the disciples were terrified because water was coming over into the boat and they thought they were going to sink. But Jesus just spoke to the waves and calmed them. And like that, Jesus can calm any storm in our lives when things can go crazy and seem to go wrong. Point number two, we can find peace in God. Do you remember the story that Shannon told us about with the bird? It could fall asleep behind the rock even though the storm was going crazy. So no matter what is happening in life, we can find peace in God when we put our trust in Him. So maybe have a think about that this week. And maybe you have a friend who is going through something hard. You can give them your peace and help them see that God will help them through it.
Thank you, Petersham Kids, for joining us today for Kids Connect. Now, parents, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to our channel, Kids Connect. And if you want to see what the rest of the church is up to, please subscribe to Petersham Online. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Have a great day.